smoker, but also the fact that there's creosote burning. We do want to have people avoid the area. That's your best defense. And so for people who are going down because they're curious about the fire and what's happening, we really suggest that they stay away and stay indoors. Certainly for people who are living in the area, anyone who's living in the area should really limit the amount of time that they're spending outdoors and try to maximize the time that they're indoors. While they're indoors, make sure that they're closing their windows and that they're also physically distancing, of course, because we're still in the midst of a pandemic. And then in terms of people who are at risk. So these are people who are elderly, who might have chronic respiratory conditions. They should avoid being outdoors and doing any type of strenuous activity because that could certainly exacerbate their symptoms. The last thing is people who have any types of medical conditions, they should make sure that they have puffers on hand and their medications on hand. And if they have an asthma action plan, for example, with their doctor, they should be using that, just especially if they're noticing that their symptoms are worsening. In the worst case scenario, if people are still finding that their symptoms are very poor, they're at risk, think about staying with a family or a family member or another friend who's outside of the area, just so that they're able to just for this week while the smoke rolls out.
You're watching BC1, an update from the Westminster Fire Chief Tim Armstrong. I think that is just wrapping up. Let's just wait and see if there are any more questions.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fully removed. So that's a 3-acre site and a massive amount of material. That material needs to be shipped away in barges and maintained fire watch and fire suppression on those barges. It has to be cold for 2 weeks before we can offload it and take it to the proper waste recycling area for disposal. Yeah, as we start to hit the hot spots, like I said, we flew our drone here today. We're going to review where those hot spots are. We've got a heat signature on where the fires are still burning the most intensely. And we're going to start hitting those areas from the water side. We have a platform that we're bringing in that our crews are going to work off of on the water side. And we've got some high pressure, high volume pumps that we're bringing in that we're going to be able to fight the fire from the water side on that work platform. I've been in contact with the province, with Coast Guard Pollution Control. We've boomed the area, so we've got boom sticks in place to continue any debris flow downstream. So yeah, all those environmental measures have been taken into account. Yeah, just again, our crews are working hard, and we appreciate all the outpouring of support from the community. Like other disasters we've had in New Westminster, and we've had a few, the community always seems to reach out and come together, and we appreciate those kind words that we get in, and those are passed on to the crews for the work that they're doing. And yeah, it's a small community, and the community comes together when times are tough. So
I wanted to say too, this is your man Crazy Ben Twig.
Today we had about 70 over the last couple of days and that, so we got about 25 on the scene today. thankful again our neighboring communities have reached out. I've had resources offered from all the fire chiefs from the neighboring municipalities and that. So all I got to do is pick up the phone. So I've got lots of resources and support if our crews get to the point where they need some rehab and some relief, and we'll have other crews come in. Anything else? No? All right. Well, thanks everybody.
We watch WC1 clearly exhausted there. An update from New Westminster's Fire Chief Tim Armstrong giving us an update on that huge fire that started on Sunday evening at New Westminster's Pier Park. You see the pictures here of a fire absolutely devastating to that area, to the residents, especially Mayor Jonathan Cote, also talking about how sad everybody is at what's happened. The cause of that fire still being investigated. The fire chief saying just now that he doesn't want to speculate, so we're no clearer on how that fire started at this stage. And he says they are hoping to get a better understanding of what's happening in terms of those hotspots. They have been flying a drone today to show where those hotspots of the fire still are. He is yet to review footage, saying right now it's a guessing game for fire crews as to where it's burning. There are 25 firefighters still there on scene trying to fight the fire. The fire is 3 acres in size right now, fully involved underneath the decking of the pier. The biggest challenge, of course, is getting access to underneath. Currently, they are trying to fight the fire from the water side or from the shore. We also have Fraser Health Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Anna Baum. As you can see, it's very, very hazy. They are very concerned about the air quality, saying it is off the charts right now. It is the very worst it can be. And this really is a combination of this fire in the US and, of course, the fires that are burning in the US. Of course, pretty much all of BC has been affected by that smoky haze. But in this area in particular, when you've got this fire still burning in those hotspots under that pier and those fires from the US, this is not making for a good combination at all. The advice from Fraser Health today, people should avoid the area and stay indoors, especially the advice in particular to residents of New Westminster right now that you should not be spending too much time outdoors and stay inside as much as possible with your windows closed. In terms of where this investigation is at, we know that New Westminster's Police's major crime unit is investigating. The challenge right now, though, for officers is being able to get access to that active fire scene. There's a lot of danger, so they are checking closed circuit video, canvassing for clues on what could have ignited those huge flames. Just devastating pictures that we saw on Sunday night. We'll leave it there for now, and as soon as we get more information on this story, we'll bring that to you here on BC1. Time for a short break. Back with more news in a couple of minutes.
Catch up on the first 3 seasons now.
Copy that.
Private Eyes. Stream anytime on the new Global TV app.
Now's a perfect time to get things in order, whether it's a home renovation project or to close on a pre-sale. We can help with some of the lowest rates in our history. Let your house lend a hand to get the funds you need. Call us today to see what's available for you.
The next step in BC's Careful Restart Plan is welcoming students back to school. To help protect students, families, and staff, we've done our homework and put in place clear guidelines and the resources to help keep our schools clean and safe. British Columbians can be proud of the care and commitment they've shown as we work to flatten the curve and take another step forward. Learn what the plan means for your family at backtoschool.gov.bc.ca.
Welcome to Vancouver's premier retirement community.
Here at Legacy Senior Living, it's all about choice. We want to make sure we always provide creative help. It's your retirement, it's your life, your way.
Discover the difference at Legacy Senior Living.
Believe it. You have the power to save lives. Providing children in need with food, water, vaccines, education, with protection and care in emergencies. Through UNICEF Canada, for only $1 a day, you can help save the lives of children with health, education, and protection. Listen to your heart. Then call 1-866-562-GIVE or visit unicef.ca/give and donate now. For the children waiting for your help, every second counts. Call 1-866-562-GIVE or visit unicef.ca/give and donate now. Believe it. You have the power to save a child's life with UNICEF Canada. Please, do it now.
One of the real-life characters from the Netflix TV show Tiger King has made her debut on Dancing with the Stars on Monday night. Carol Baskin was wearing full animal prints, danced to "I'm the Tiger" with her pro-partner last night. Sadly, the two received the lowest score of the night. To make things worse, the family of her late ex-husband, Don Lewis, took out an ad on ABC offering a $100,000 reward for tips about his disappearance. The Netflix show promoted conspiracy theories that Baskin killed her ex-husband, who mysteriously disappeared. She has repeatedly maintained she is innocent. Hollywood actor Will Smith is offering fans the chance to stay at the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air mansion to mark the show's 30th anniversary. The Hollywood star has teamed up with the owners of the Brentwood, California home to make one wing available for rent through Airbnb. Smith sharing a picture of himself posing outside the iconic 90s sitcom mansion on Instagram with DJ Jolly Jeff. In the Airbnb description, Smith said, "It's just as fly as when he first rolled up the driveway." According to the listing, all meals will be provided in silver platters, and one night in Smith's character bedroom will cost $50. It's going to be available early October. Sadly, it's only available to LA County residents. Well, a Malaysian man who lost his cell phone and then found it the next day in his backyard couldn't quite believe what he saw when he went into it. I'll explain. It turns out his phone had been taken by a monkey, and that monkey had somehow turned on the camera. The video shows the monkey had taken unintentional selfies while also trying unsuccessfully to eat it. The monkey had also managed to take some pretty cool pictures.
That's funny. That's fucking strange. 13 minutes, eh?
We're going to make stuff go boom. In other words, we're going to turn it up to 11. Now's a perfect time to get things in order, whether it's a home renovation project or to close on a pre-sale. We can help with some of the lowest rates in our history. Let your house lend a hand to get the funds you need. Call us today to see what's available for you.
The next step in BC's Careful Restart Plan is welcoming students back to school. To help protect students, families, and staff, we've done our homework and put in place clear guidelines and the resources to help keep our schools clean and safe. British Columbians can be proud of the care and commitment they've shown as we work to flatten the curve and take another step forward. Learn what the plan means for your family at backtoschool.gov.bc.ca. Believe it. You have the power to save lives. Providing children in need with food, water, vaccines, education, with protection and care in emergencies. Through UNICEF Canada, for only $1 a day, you can help save the lives of children with health, education, and protection. Listen to your heart. Then call 1-866-562-GIVE or visit unicef.ca/give and donate now. For the children waiting for your help, every second counts. Call 1-866-562-GIVE or visit unicef.ca/give and donate now. Believe it. You have the power to save a child's life with UNICEF Canada. Please, do it now.
Now, BC1, BC's News 24/7.
Well, in breaking news this afternoon, Vancouver's city manager, Sadu Johnston, is stepping down. Johnston sent a letter to staff today announcing his departure as of January of next year. He was appointed city manager in 2016 after being hired as deputy manager in 2009.
The other reason why I'm making these tutorials and why I play is because of these hackers, man. I play like I play because even when they fucking hack me, they still can't stop me from doing good or doing bad or whatever, man. You know, because, alright, back alley, you guys. Alright, well, it's a...
Wilson Street on Sunday afternoon. Now, he's accused of pushing the senior while she was withdrawing cash before dropping the money and then running off. The suspect was wearing a green sweatshirt, blue jeans and white sneakers. The victim, luckily, was not physically hurt. Saanich police are scouring a local lake in a search for a young man who's been missing since Saturday. Tim Elliott was last seen at Elk Lake near Victoria at around 10 on Saturday night. The 28-year-old has not been heard from by family or friends since. Elliott was reported missing to Saanich police yesterday. The department now working with search and rescue as well as dive teams to locate Elliott, who was last seen wearing dark clothing. Well, Surrey RCMP are now confirming a shooting in Newton has ties to Metro Vancouver's gang conflict. Mounties are investigating in the area of 65A Avenue and 129th Street. It was at around 10 p.m. last night. RCMP officers found a man with no injuries who had been the target of a shooting. Police say there's no risk to the public. The investigation is ongoing as Mounties seek to identify everybody involved. The Surrey Police Board held its second monthly meeting today as the city transitions from RCMP to a new civic police force. Surrey has yet to hire a police chief. The target date for the handover is still March 31st of next year, although the province and feds could still delay the transition if they believe the city isn't ready. Despite 23 public engagement sessions, there are still concerns about a lack of consultation.
I know Simiamo and I know Casey were not privy to those conversations, so it's just to reflect and bring that back to the table that consultation still needs to happen.
Based on what's being discussed, I think we have to retarget in the community that policing model that engages all the citizens and is community-based and can actually build a low-cost policing service.
Well, the boss of Surrey's policing transition says community engagement will happen going forward. The new police board is also asking for a revised budget from the Finance Committee. At least one case of COVID-19 has been confirmed at Delta Secondary School. The Delta School District isn't saying if it's a staff member or a student who tested positive. The individual is now in self-isolation. Fraser Health is working to find out how this person got the virus. It isn't the only confirmed case in schools since they reopened. A staff member at Panorama Ridge Secondary in Surrey tested positive, as well as somebody at Johnston Heights Secondary, also in Surrey. Again, no word yet if in that case it's a student or a staff member. Air quality is still bad across BC with a thick layer of wildfire smoke still hanging over the province. Dr. Bonnie Henry says she will not be closing schools, though, because of the smoke. Instead, students are being asked to stay inside with all the windows closed. Teachers are very worried right now that both of those factors could lead to the spread of COVID-19. The Greater Victoria Teachers Association is calling for schools to be shut down until this heavy smoke clears up.
The current air index is 10 plus. Then with the added mitigating factor of COVID-19, it's not safe for students to be at school. And there's lots of things that could be done if this is going to be an ongoing situation, but I think we should call it like a snow day and not send kids to school.
And for many people, a school is actually a safer environment than many homes. So yes, it is perfectly safe for people to be in the school, but we don't want the windows open. We want to reduce the amount of smoke that's coming in.
Vancouver's West End has a new memorial to honour the lives of community members lost to COVID-19. Oh my God. Oh well. Samantha Monckton unveiling the memorial, which has a photograph of her and her father, who died in April after catching the virus. A 77-year-old Gary Monckton, who was blind and also suffered from dementia, lived at Harrow Park Centre and was a long-time West End resident. His daughter, a trumpet player, serenaded him outside his care home in the days before he passed away. The West End Seniors Network says the community has seen nearly 10% of the province's COVID-19 deaths.
The constituency that you're standing in today is less than 1 square mile in size, the smallest in the province. Yet even in our small community, we have lost almost 20 seniors in the West End to COVID-19.
My dad would have been really pleased to have been honored like this. He probably would have said that it was kind of a hell of a way to get to this, but let's just wear the mask and let's get this over with.
Until we don't have any more casualties, like my dad. Well, one day after winning her party's top job, the new BC Green leader Sonia Furstenau faced the media today. She addressed the growing speculation about a snap fall election call, as well as her party's chances of winning more than the 2 seats they currently hold.
The momentum that we have from this leadership race, of course we've been building teams, connecting with candidates, connecting with volunteers. We are a much stronger and much more ready-to-go party, but we are also very clear this is an irresponsible political game that John Morgan is playing, and it's time for him to put his service to the people of British Columbia ahead of his service to his party.
Well, ahead of what is increasingly looking like a fall election, the BC government is releasing 5 options for a potential rapid transit link from Metro Vancouver to the North Shore. A technical feasibility study on the idea of connecting Vancouver with the North Shore via a bridge or tunnel across Broad Inlet is now complete. The first 3 route options would be tunnel crossings from downtown Vancouver to Lonsdale via the First Narrows, downtown Vancouver to Lonsdale via Brockton Point, and downtown Vancouver to West Vancouver via Lonsdale. Now the other 2 would be bridges from downtown Vancouver to Lonsdale via the Second Narrows, or Burnaby to Lonsdale, also via the Second Narrows. Vancouver City Council has passed an emergency motion to help deal with homelessness and tent cities. Staff have been given 5 options to provide emergency shelter for the homeless, and also for the decampment at Strathcona Park. The province is building housing, but that's still 6 months away, so council is now looking at buying or leasing more hotels, or setting up temporary disaster relief shelters on vacant city-owned or private land. Councillor Pete Fry says council is starting to realise that the current approach is just not working.
We have people who are suffering, living rough, unsheltered in the streets. We have communities that are reeling under the impacts of the largest homeless encampment in the country, on the edge of a small residential community with a lot of vulnerabilities already.
City staff have until October 2nd to report their findings back to council. Mountain Equipment Co-op has a new owner. The popular outdoor store based in Vancouver has been bought by an American investment firm. Here's Aaron MacArthur.
This was the culmination of nearly 50 years of steady growth. MEC's ultra-modern flagship store in Vancouver opened in March, just as the pandemic hit. It now marks the end of the road for the cooperative. The iconic Canadian brand announcing its assets are being sold to an American private equity firm.
The challenge for MEC is that to finance the change and investment to really modernize fully, they need equity really to pull that off. They couldn't do it through debt financing as a co-op.
Once the court-ordered restructuring is complete, U.S.-based Kingswood Capital intends to run MEC under its current branding. The incoming CEO saying at least 17 of the 22 stores across the country will remain open. The plan is to keep on as many current employees as possible.
We're creating a pathway for another 50 years of MEC's legacy.
The co-op currently has some 5 million members, individual shareholders that purchased one $5 piece of the company. Member groups say they were blindsided by the news Monday.
I think that it would be more appropriate for the members of the cooperative, who are the owners of the cooperative, to have been given the opportunity to recapitalize the cooperative. I also think it would have been appropriate for a more public process to have occurred.
In order to create this opportunity for MEC in the future, we weren't in a position to reach out to members, and so there is not a vote.
The restructuring deal could take several weeks to sort out. But according to the board, customers shouldn't notice anything different at the retail level. Stores and the online portal will remain open, with returns and exchanges operating as normal. Aaron MacArthur, Global News.
Really?
Only even in July 27th, I did not set out to be a hero.
Manhunt, Deadly Games, new series, Monday on Global.
While things may seem uncertain in the world these days, it's a perfect opportunity to get things in order. So make your finances one less thing to worry about. Whether it's a home renovation project you've been considering for some time, or closing a pre-sale, we can help with some of the lowest rates in our history. So let your house lend a hand and give yourself the financial boost you've been looking for. Whether you need 50, 500, or $1 million, we're here to help. Call us today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL to see what's available for you.
CapitalDirect.ca.
I am a capable person, if you're willing to call.
Replace your water and sewer lines without digging a trench with Brainmaster. Since 1991, we've employed 5G patented technology, which means minimal disruption to your landscaping and driveway. Call us at 604-739-2000 for all your water and sewer line needs. Brainmaster, your trenchless specialist.
Sure Health from Green Shield Canada. How do you protect yourself and your family from healthcare costs not covered by your government health insurance? Like prescription drugs, dental and vision care, physiotherapists, chiropractors, and more? Expenses that could cost you thousands of dollars a year? The answer is Sure Health from GSC. Sure Health plans protect you from healthcare costs not covered by your government health insurance, including prescription drugs, dental care, vision care, physiotherapists, chiropractors, online mental health therapy, and more. And if someone in your family has a serious accident or illness, Sure Health covers those expenses too. For most Sure Health plans, your acceptance is guaranteed, with no health exam and no medical questions when you apply. And it's affordable. Protect your health and your finances. Call 1-844-470-7873 or go to surehealth.ca now for your free, no-obligation Sure Health brochure.
Hurricane Sally is creeping closer to the Gulf Coast, but it is taking its time getting there. Forecasters are warning the slow-moving hurricane will bring catastrophic rainfall. NBC's Jake Gray has the latest now from Alabama.
Hey there, pretty rain right now. We have seen some wind gusts, nothing significant, and no real count on the bay at this point, but that's all going to change dramatically as we continue to move through the day into the evening and really through the overnight hours here. It is going to continue to rain for the better part of 2 days in this area. You combine that rain, which could be as much as 2 feet of rain in some areas, with a storm surge expected to reach a peak of 11 feet in some areas, and that's just too much water too fast. Early bands of the storm bringing some of that rain, but again, it's going to intensify as we move forward. The time for getting ready just about over at this point, even though the storm is creeping slowly toward the coastline. The problem is going to be that it's going to linger. It's going to cause what the National Hurricane Center warns could be historic flooding across the region. That's the latest right now here in Mobile, Alabama. I'm Jay Gray. Back to you.
Deadly wildfires continue to rage across the U.S. West Coast. Millions of acres are still burning. It's a result of nearly 90 large wildfires. Fire crews now trying to save lives as well as homes. They're up against a forecast, though, for lightning storms.
These are the apocalyptic scenes firefighters in Oregon face as they search for the missing amid the devastation. This morning, dozens remain unaccounted for.
That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
6 towns virtually wiped off the map, destroyed by the flames in minutes.
The other reason why I'm making these tutorials and why I play is because of these hackers, man. I play like I play because even when they fucking hack me, they still can't stop me from doing good or doing bad or whatever, man. You know, because alright, back alley, you guys.
I never thought of anything like this.
And you can hear footsteps and everything. It just makes sense. So this is Ramaza 4th. Alright, back alley, you guys. Alright, well, it's all good. This game plan I have, it actually has a name from, I came up with this game plan because of my other COD members. This game plan is called the Super 6. And
with 85 wildfires burning in the west, which can be a chore.
Alright, back alley it is, I'm on my way, and this is called the Super 6.
Now among the worst.
Alright, this is your man, Crazy Benjamin. I'm over here making content with tactics and strategies for a bunch of the maps today. Maps you might have seen, maps you might not have seen me make any content for yet. But today, we are doing Kovac Sawmill. Okay? That's what this one right here. We'll get to it. Okay, so what I find has been working a lot for me, and I've been able to get a lot of choppers and stuff like that, is, yeah, don't be doing that. Or you can, I'm busy, I'm doing something, man. Don't do that. So what I'm doing right now is, what works for me and what I've been noticing works for a lot of other people is if you instantly come take over this high traffic area, the burning building, the sawmill. That's what it says in your compass in the top of your TV, in the middle of your TV. It says sawmill. Why your compass? If you haven't seen that, now you do. Now you've noticed.
It's really time we stop using the snooze button and wake up.
The other reason why I'm making these tutorials and why I play is because of these hackers, man. I play like I play because even when they fucking hack me, they still can't stop me from doing good or doing bad or whatever, man. You know, because alright, back alley, you guys. Alright, well it's all good. This game plan I have, it actually has a name from, I came up with this game plan because of my other COD members. This game plan is called the Super 6.
We need to curb climate emissions
And
right now, immediately. And we need to create a network of ocean sanctuaries. Covering at least a third of...
Alright, back alley it is, I'm on my way, and this is called the Super 6. So, basically what's going to happen is we are going to hold down the back alley, alright? This is the back alley. That's the back alley. This is the big arch. That's the little arch. This is the fucking marketplace rooftop in the back window looking over the back.
Move it. When we're expecting it to clear, we're also going to talk about that air quality health index. Now, these are the
Alright, this is your man, Crazy Man Twig, and I'm here just to let you know that I'm making content today with tactics, strategies for all the maps, and I'm kind of trying to start out with the maps that I hear people hum and haw about the most. So, I'm your man here to try to change your mind on how much you might like these maps. Anyways, the map we're doing today is vacant.
Visibility and a touch better in terms of the air quality in some areas, but for the most part, we're still dealing with incredible smoke.
Alright, this is your man, Crazy Man Twig. I'm here. I'm going to make some content, win tactics for this map today, Tulsic Backlot. You know? Yeah, that's what we're up to today. We're making content, win tactics and strategies so that...
But this is the scene out there right now in terms of the actual highs. We're looking at 18 to about 20 degrees near the water areas, away from the water up to about 24. And you can expect similar conditions again tomorrow. I sent my kids today to school in pants, not
Alright. Well, how you doing? This is your man, Crazy Man Twig. And I just wanted to let you know, today I'm making some content on maps that you guys might not like. I'm trying to change your mind by helping you out with making some win tactics and some strategies for these motherfuckers so that you will enjoy them when you play them. So here we go today. I'm going to start with Piccadilly because I know how much everybody loves Piccadilly. Now, if you're like me,
the areas in that dark green color at a 10 plus level, so that's very high. There's a few areas.
Hey, what's going on? This is your man, Crazy Man Twig. We're going to do some win tactics today and strategies on a couple of these maps. Today we're going to do Rust right now. And yeah.
We're not expecting that to improve much over the next couple of days. We typically should be seeing sunshine across the south, but these are icons indicating widespread smoke expected in your region, and that's the case across the south coast also. So again, similar temperatures to
Alright, this is your man, Crazy Man Twig, and I am trying to make some I'm remaking my videos for my win tactics and strategies, and this is how it's going. We're starting off with Hack Me Yard today. Anyways, we're going to make it real quick, and because nobody really likes to wait too long. As you can see, I'm up here, right? Probably didn't know. A lot of people didn't know how to get here.
Your province's 24-hour news channel.
Sure Health from Green Shield Canada. How do you protect yourself and your family from healthcare costs not covered by your government health insurance? Like prescription drugs, dental and vision care, physiotherapists, chiropractors, and more.
Alright.
Expenses that could cost you thousands of dollars a year? The answer is Sure Health. Sure Health plans protect you from healthcare costs not covered by your government health insurance.
Shit.
Prescription drugs, dental care, vision care, physiotherapists, chiropractors, online mental health therapy, and more. And if someone in your family has serious...
Hey, what's going on? This is your man, Crazy Man Twig. And I would just like to let everybody know today that I had actually created some playlists for the content that I have made for my win tactic and strategy content for the hardcore maps that we get to play in hardcore and free-for-all and TDM and stuff like that. So if you are curious and you want to check those out, I'm going to be trying to put most of them on these playlists as soon as I can get all of them. It's a little bit of a task since I have so many different videos, but I just wanted to make the video just to let you guys know that I've started these playlists out. So feel free to check them out, and you know, any of my videos that you like, if you could share them to your social media, I'd be more than grateful, and that would be very helpful. Like, share, leave a comment, you know, I can't emphasize it enough. Plus, I really appreciate it. The Win Tactic and Strategy content is there for you guys that I play with, and you guys that I might not even play with. Who knows? You can take that and use it wherever you want to use it. Anyways, have a great day. Thank you for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your year. Let's see.